Besties, join me. Let's draft patterns for this beautiful dress you're seeing on your screen right now. We're going to be drafting the upper part of this dress. This dress has a flounce on. The flounce is like a sleeve. It's not a sleeve, but it is a flounce that covers the arms. So it's more like covering a sleeveless dress. Now the lower part is just a fitted skirt. That one is easy. So we're just going to draft the upper part of this dress. All right, okay, so you're going to get the half part of your bodice block, and then we're going to start right away drafting our patterns. So the first thing we're going to do is you are going to take off a little bit from your shoulder, say about 1.5 cm, so that the shoulder will be a little bit from your neckline, not shoulder, sorry, from your neckline. And then you're going to determine how wide or how deep you want your V neckline to be. For me, from here down, I'm using 15 cm. From here to here, 15 cm. And then you draw it you connect these 2 points together very nicely. Okay, so we are going to cut off these parts. Okay, now the next thing we are going to do is we are going to draw a slanted line all the way to the dart tip. We are going to create a small kind of dart here. We're going to take off about 1 cm. The reason why we are doing that is to prevent this neckline from gaping, so that it will remove any excess here. So you just measure from here to here about 1 cm, then you connect it like so. Okay, so we are going to take off these darts. So to do that, we are just going to, okay, let me cut off. We won't need this dart as well because it's a shoulder princess style line, so we won't need this dart, and we are also not going to be needing this dart. We're going to be taking it off. So what I can do now is I'm going to cut like so, okay, so that I'll create the armhole princess, not armhole, the shoulder princess style line. Okay, so you see this part is already done. Now if you have a little pointy here, pointy edge, just take it off, because we do not want any sharp or pointy edges. All right, good. So we're going to set this aside. Now I'm going to take off this other part, the darts, and then I'm going to cut on one leg of this dart and then close it. Just overlap it and close it up, so that we'll remove gaping, or we will prevent gaping. Okay, so once you do this, you will notice that this part is a little bit wonky. Now you can put a little paper here and then redraw your neckline. Okay, so just redraw it very nicely like so. Good. And then you trim off the excess paper. Okay, so now once you have it like this, we are going to set these aside. All right, now we're going to work on the back side. So you're going to take your back side like so, and then just connect these 2 dart points together. We are also going to remove these 2 darts because we do not need darts. So to create our shoulder princess style line, I'm just going to cut it like this to separate the patterns. Okay, so I'm going to cut off this part and then cut off that as well, so that way we will have our patterns like this. So you see we have our princess, our shoulder princess tie line. This is where our flounce will be attached to. Now remember that we took off a little bit from the neckline in front. We took off 1.5 cm, so you're also going to take off 1.5 cm here so that your neckline will balance. Now for the back side is a little bit of a high neck, so you can also take off maybe about 1.5 cm as well. And then you're going to connect the 2 points together using your French curve. Okay, so now we're going to just trim off these parts. Now it's better for you to label your pattern so you don't get it mixed up. So this is my center back and this is my side back. Okay, good. So now we're going to set our center back and our center front. This is my center front pattern piece. Center front. We are going to set these two patterns aside. Now we are going to create flounce for this dress. Now to create the flounce, I'm going to get another plain sheet of paper and then show you how to create this flounce. Okay, but before we create the flounce, we're going to duplicate these pattern pieces first. So I'm just going to place this on another paper and then just duplicate them. You're going to see why we have to duplicate them. So let me duplicate this first. Just make a copy of this, that's what I mean. So once you finish duplicating them, you're going to set one of each aside, the side front and the side back. You set it aside and then you take a plain sheet of paper like this, and then you are just going to place them together on the shoulder seam, just like this. Okay, you can use your Scotch tape to hold them together in place so that we create our flounce. All right, good. Now you're going to draw a line from the middle here, from here, the shoulder seam here. You're just going to draw a straight line, let's say about 20 cm. 20 cm or 15 cm, it really depends on you. So you're going to connect this part here to this part here. Okay, you're going to use your French curve to connect it nicely. Yeah, something like so. And then you're also going to connect this part to this point here. Just use your French curve to connect it very nicely. Okay, so because we don't want any pointy edges here, then you can use your French curve to smoothen it out like this and draw it in a slight curve like so. And then we're going to trim off all the excess paper. But before then, let me use my Scotch tape to hold this pattern piece in place. So now I'm just going to trim off this excess part. We don't need it at all. So I'm just going to write here shoulder. So now you're just going to draw slash lines so that you can cut them open and spread them out to create your flounce. All right, so my slash lines, I'm just marking it about 2.5 cm. So I'm just going to draw it horizontally all the way down to the end for both the front side and the back side. Okay, so once you've drawn your slash lines, please also indicate which side is the front and which side is the back, so that you don't get confused. Okay, so now you're just going to spread slash open the lines. Now take note of where you are slashing open, where you are slashing it from, or where you are cutting it from. Remember, this part here is going to be attached to our princess style line, the in between our sleeve, in between our dress. Okay, so you're going to cut it from this part and do not cut it through. Okay, okay, so once you finish cutting them out like so, you get a plain sheet of paper so that you can spread them out very nicely. So spread them out so that you can get a full circle, so that your flare or your flounce will look very nice and neat and will be very full. All right, so once you are happy with it, you can use your scotch tape to stick it down. All right, so once you finish sticking or spreading out your flounce, you're just going to connect all of them together, the hemline like so. Just connect them very nicely so that you can trim it out. Okay, so now you're just going to trim out all the excess paper. So you're going to have your flounce like so. You see how beautiful it looks? So by the time you place it on your flare, on your blouse, sorry, or your dress, it's going to look just like this, very nice and neat. So if you take your pattern pieces, so these are your pattern pieces. This is the front part and this is the back part. So after joining these two together like so, the front and the back, then you're just going to attach your flounce to it just like so. You attach it from one end all the way down to the other end, and then you attach these two to it as well. That will be it for the pattern drafting for this flounce dress. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please let me know in the comment section, and if you have not already subscribed yet, please do well to hit the subscribe button now so you always get notified when I post new videos. All right, if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for watching my videos. I appreciate you all. All right, I'll see you again in my next class. Bye bye.